Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to this episode of Extreme Woodworker. About 9 months ago, I posted a video on the Bosch GLM50C. I've had this for about a year now. I've gotten several questions, and today I'd like to cover some of the more frequently asked questions. So here we go. The most frequently asked question has pretty much been the units. What units does it display? How does the Bosch display that? So right now it's on feet, decimal feet. Let's say I want to go inches, and I'll just press and hold the function key down, and it will come up to a choice for units, feet/meters. So I hit function again, and this gives me 5 choices. So I'm going to scroll around and I'll just show you what those choices are. You've already seen feet, and I don't think I'm going to go back to that, but probably one of the more common ones you'll do is probably the next two. But this one is inches and fractions of an inch, and there's a 1/32 there. I don't know whether you can see that on screen, but if I select that, that will give me the measurement in inches and fractions of an inch to the nearest 32nd. So I'm just going to go ahead and activate the laser, and the laser's on, and it measured, and it's actually measuring to the disc on the sander, 141 inches, 141 and 1/8 of an inch. To change the units to something else, press and hold the function key. Again, function key again, and I'll scroll around to the next one, which this one is feet, inches, and fractions of an inch. And again to the nearest 32nd. And to the same point on the disc on the sander is 11 feet, 9 inches, and 1/8. It's kind of bouncing around there, so I kind of see that normally, especially when you're in continuous measurement mode. So I'll go to the next units, press and hold the function key, feet/meters. And scroll down to the next one, which is decimal meters, and this will do to the nearest thousandth of a meter or 1 millimeter. And I'll just go ahead and turn the laser on, and I'm at 3.585 meters. And let's go to the next one here, which is press and hold the function key, feet and meters. Scroll around to the next one, and this one is centimeters. Activate the laser, and that should have just basically taken the meter measurement from before and multiplied it by 100. Normally I'll leave this thing set on inches and fractions of an inch or meters. Depends on what I'm doing. So that's the units. Now the next most commonly asked question deals with the indirect height, the indirect length measurements. So in this case, to get the indirect measurements, I'll hit the function key. And right now this is on real time, and I'll just scroll around through area, volume, and then indirect measurements, and press the function key. And this gives me 3 choices. The first is indirect height, indirect length, and then double height. And we'll go through all these, but first I'll cover indirect height. In indirect height, the display will tell me there's a green leg of the triangle, and then there's a dash leg, and the dash leg will be the physical measurement that gets taken. The green leg will be the calculated measurement, and it uses the angle sensor in the Bosch unit to figure that out. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and let's say I'm trying to get the height of a particular item on the wall, and in this case I'm just going to choose the drywall joint because that's pretty convenient. And then I'll just measure. Battery saver takes the laser out. and then the angle is 13 degrees, so I'll actuate the measurement, and it'll tell me what the actual physical measurement of the laser was, the angle that it recorded, and then it calculates the height from the height of this tripod mount to the item that I pointed with the laser on the wall. Now I want to go to indirect length, so I click function, go indirect, and now I'm going to change to indirect length. So in this case, I've got an obstacle in the way, and it happens to be the disc sander. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to say, all right, I want to get a measurement to the wall, but say I don't have a direct height. And basically I just move the laser up to where I get to a point on where it's displayed on the wall that's clear, or whatever it is I want to measure to. And then I'll take a measurement, and this is the physical measurement that was taken from the laser, the angle of the Bosch GLM, and the calculated distance to the wall. The next and last feature in the indirect measurement is the double height. And I'm going to take the length measurement of a section of dust collection piping that's against the wall, and I'm going to do it from the connection at the blast gate to the connection at the elbow. And you should see that from this picture, what that physical configuration looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and activate the laser, but I'm going to have to move it some to where I get to the point where I can get on it. And I don't expect this to be quite as exact, because the actual pivot point on this tripod is not the same point where this item mounts. So as you tilt the Bosch unit back for this particular, well, actually for all of these measurements, there's some built-in error beyond just the Bosch unit, because the pivot point is back here and not at the center. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, and that's to the connection point on the dust collection pipe to the blast gate. Now I know that dust collection pipe is right at 60 inches. So I've taken the first measurement, it recorded it, it also remembers the angle that I was at. So now it's telling me to take the second leg. So I'm going to move that up. My laser keeps going off. I have a feeling this is probably going to be just a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and take the measurement. And as expected, I had a little error there. I think I bumped the tripod, but in essence what this is doing, it's using the two measured angles, and it's calculating the length of the item on the wall. Now, obviously that needs to be in the same plane. It's affected by the tripod and even the accuracy of the Bosch unit. Okay, so I hope these answers to the frequently asked questions I commonly get on this Bosch GLM50C have been helpful to you. Again, I've had this for about a year. I've gone through, I think, 3 sets of batteries so far, and I'm still loving this unit. So if you got any more questions or comments, I do encourage them. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. If I don't understand what you're asking, I'll let you know. And there have been several questions asked that I honestly had no idea what you were talking about, and I apologize for that. If I ask a question back, don't be surprised. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.